1,000% sure, million percent sure this technique works. Okay, it is very effective process. Do it and you will see the magic.
I'm so excited to have a special guest with me today for our interactive session on spoken English, Archana ma'am, who is passionate about communication skill. She will be sharing her insights, some tips, some ideas, how to improve our communication skill, spoken English, as well as the vocabulary. Welcome to the session, ma'am. Thank you so much for joining. How's everything is going, ma'am?
First of all, thank you so much, Nopal sir, for having me here. And first, I would like to introduce myself in front of my viewers. So, hello everyone. This is Archana Sharma, a homemaker. And as Nopal sir mentioned, that I'm highly enthusiastic and passionate about my English fluency and communication as well. And reading books, listening good stuffs, working over my mindfulness, following meditation. These are the few activities that I love doing every day. And by all these activities, I keep trying to make the quality of my life better every day. And this is all about me. Thank you.
Yes, happy to hear, and thank you so much for this wonderful intro, ma'am. So let me get started. So as everybody knows, the importance of vocabulary. Vocabulary, one of the biggest challenges of every English learners. Whenever we start speaking English, we are not able to recall the words on the right time, the right context. That's the reason we fumble, we get stuck. We are not able to communicate properly. Even we can't convey our message with our listeners, right? So improving our vocabulary is very, very, very important to become better in our communication skill. So, ma'am, for my first question, I want to ask you how to improve our vocabulary.
Well, sir, I have been in this journey since last 2.5 years, right? And being a successful traveler of this journey, I must say that English spoken journey has so many crucial factors. And for sure, vocabulary is one of the integral part of that journey. And no matter how much tedious or monotonous we are getting this part, anyhow, we have to work over it. But certainly, by understanding some logical facts and by following some tips and tricks, we can make this journey very interesting and easier for us. But what is the one of the major mistakes that I have seen all beginners making? That right from the first day, they start wasting their energy to mug up all those jargon, vocabularies, phrases, idioms, etc. Okay, that hardly we use once in a while in our daily conversation. So please don't do this. Well, I have also made the same mistake. That's why I'm telling that please don't do this. So question arises that how should we start our journey, especially over our vocabulary? So friends, first of all, you need to understand that as a beginner, we need to collect some basic vocabulary through which we can articulate our thought process in effective way, simple but effective way. And how can we get all those basic vocabularies? I must say that we are living in the world of technology. We are fortunate enough. And reading and listening storybooks that are written for children, those books are the one of the richest source of all those basic vocabularies. So start reading and listening them, maintain a separate journal or diary, start writing all those vocabulary with whom you are not familiar. Keep revising them on regular basis. And very soon, within I think 1 to 2 months, you will have a huge collection of all those basic vocabulary that we use in our daily conversation. So this is the best way to start working over our vocabulary as a beginner. Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much, Oshana ma'am, and I completely agree with you. As a learner, as a basic learner, and it's quite common to forget words, especially when we have any conversation with anybody. So I think everybody is facing the same problems, right? So as you have mentioned, the resources that we can utilize to improve our vocabulary is reading books, listening or watching videos, or whenever we listen to somebody, no, we have to have that thought, that passion. Yeah, whenever we encounter any new word, so I have to write it down. I have to note it down. I have to search the meaning. And that enthusiasm we have to have in our mind. like you said, for that we must keep a separate journal, a diary, or any notebook for that. So then we have to write it down, the word, the meaning, and the opposite words, some example sentences that we can gather from Google. Also, we have to create our own sentences as well. And finally, on daily basis, we have to revise it, right? But whenever we watch any videos, whenever we listen to any audiobook or whatever it might be, we have to have that intention, especially when we come across any new words, right? So we have to highlight it. We have to write down somewhere. Then we have to follow this method. This is the only one way I think we can improve our vocabulary, right? So thank you so much for sharing those things, ma'am. I think, of course, our viewers, subscribers, definitely gonna help, and we have to be consistent, and it is a tedious activity, okay, because when we have to put some efforts, when we have to spend some more time for this, definitely we feel bored, right? Because we have to find out the meaning, we have to gather words and writing down these things, and finally we have to revise it on regular basis. But even though, if you want to improve our vocabulary, this is one of the best methods that we have to be followed. So thank you so much, ma'am. And one another problem, ma'am, some people are following these methods, they have their own channels, but even though they are not able to remember these vocabularies, so that is the reason they get stuck, and they can't even communicate properly. So how we can remember, ma'am, these vocabularies, especially when we speak in English with anybody?
So, for this area, I must say that world of vocabulary is just like a deep ocean, right? And if you don't know, if you are not very specific, so you can move here or there in that ocean. Okay, it is not possible to memorize all those vocabulary which are the part of dictionary. So we need to be very specific. And for recalling a vocabulary that we use in our daily conversation, first, we have to learn the art of categorizing our entire conversation. What does it mean to categorize? Suppose someone is asking you about the weather condition, right? So, if you feel that you are not able to describe that weather condition, so don't feel bad. It is not happening because you are less efficient or it is something related to your talent. It is only happening because before till now you have not got that topic to get the chance to discuss about that topic, and that's why you are running out of the vocabulary regarding that area. So once you understand this thing, so go to YouTube, go to Google, and start searching out that vocabulary, some basic sentences and vocabulary that I can use while describing climate condition. Okay, in the same way, suppose you are going to airport. Yeah, there are some core vocabulary and some basic sentences that we use in that area also, right? In the same way, if you are going to any restaurant, you are booking a hotel or something. So for all these specific area, we have certain basic vocabulary and some core sentences also, right? And once we understand that thing, so one by one, whenever we are conversing with someone and we feel that okay, I'm running out of the vocabulary, particularly this specific area, start working over them, and gradually, very soon, slowly and surely, you will see that you have started getting smarter day by day to describe all of your thought process regarding any topic. So be specific. That's why initially also I mentioned that you don't need to put your entire attention for mugging up all those jargon vocabulary. No, be specific. Whatever is your requirement according to your working style, according to your surrounding, be specific that on regular basis what kind of conversation you come across. Okay, and start trying to collect the vocabulary regarding all those things. So only by being specific and categorizing our conversation, we will be able to collect more and more good vocabulary that we really use in our daily conversation. That is really helpful for us. So yeah, be specific and start collecting good vocabulary. This is the only way to have some, like nice vocabulary in your conversation. Yeah.
Precisely, ma'am. Agree with your points. And of course, mugging up is not a solution to recall vocabulary, and it's not gonna help us. And definitely, I think we won't be able to recall the vocabulary, but we have to overuse. For instance, if we already noted down some words in our notebook, means our vocabulary notebook. So undoubtedly, I can say we have to revise it regular basis. So we have to overuse that words whenever if there is any word we are overused in our daily conversation means by ourselves. There are so many other techniques as well. We can write down these words in a sticky notes and you can paste it on our kitchen wall, refrigerator door, on our laptop screen. So wherever we spend our time more in a daily basis. So unknowingly we will come across these words also we can remember, right? And as you have mentioned, ma'am, we can just take some subjects like this climate and airport and family, social media, forest, and food. So we just need to give a separate page for these different subjects, and whenever we come across any words related to this we have to write it down over there. So also, and we have to give some time. For instance, if I'm going to any airport to drop my friend or somebody, we just need to recall, just try to recall the things, whatever I written in my notebook. So we have to give little attention in this area. Then only we can remember these words, right? So we have to put little efforts. So without doing anything, we must not, expect any results like this. I think if you really want to improve your spoken English, if you want to become that advanced version of yourself in English communication, you have to do something different like this, right? So you don't have a vocabulary notebook, even you never ever bother about words or anything. You just want to blabber. It won't feel that much good, right? Maybe after 1 year or 2 years, it seems like you're a basic learner. So based on the time, so we have to push ourselves to do something differently to get better in our communication skill. So as you have mentioned, ma'am, I completely agree with that point. Never ever try to mug up by heart that our vocabularies. It's never gonna help us to improve our spoken English. Rather than do something differently. As we already mentioned, sticky notes, and we have to revise our vocabulary, and whenever we watch any videos and on social media, we can see Instagram especially. There are so many videos over there, right? They give advanced vocabulary. So whenever we come across, and we have to subscribe these channels first of all, then write down these vocabularies, some good expressions, phrasal verbs, idioms, then, most importantly, revision every day, maybe 5 words, 10 words, maybe it barely take 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Then you can see the difference. But do not expect any overnight results, but slowly, you will be able to recall word by word. So thank you so much, Shana ma'am, for sharing these tips. And it's really a matter to everybody who want to improve their spoken English. So I'm so grateful to have you here, and you shared everything and how to improve our vocabulary and how to remember even vocabulary while speaking. How do you feel, ma'am?
So, I would like to add one more point, and definitely it will be very beneficial for all our viewers. So, actually, earlier I just forgot to mention this point. Uh, just imagine what is our problem. Sometimes it happens that we memorize a lot of vocabulary 200, 300, 500. It might be, any number. But every time we feel that we know a lot of vocabulary, but when it comes to incorporate them in our conversation, so we feel hardly we are able to use few of them, right? That is the common problem. So I have developed, inculcated my own way to keep all those vocabulary the part of my active brain, and whenever you get any relevant conversation topic regarding those topics, automatically those vocabulary will start popping out from your mouth. So what is that trick? Suppose you have collection of 100 vocabulary, right? If possible, uh, then start creating a story by taking all those 100 words. If those 100 words are quite long for you, then you can divide those 100 words in the chunk of 25, 25, 4 part. So let's imagine you have selected 25 words. Create the story of your own by using all those vocabularies. Record that story, by using your mobile. And while traveling, while eating, while doing your household chores, just keep listening it. It is very effective. It is very effective and 1000% sure it anyhow it works and give you 100% result. Within 1 week, you will see that those vocabulary, those 25 vocabularies has have become the part of your active brain. What does it mean that part of active brain? It means whenever you get any conversation where those vocabularies are required, automatically they will pop out from your mouth. So I have applied this technique and it worked very well for me. And after 1 week, initially every day you have to listen your own story. After 7 days, when you feel that now I have become expert enough, I'm able to just understand and memorize those vocabulary, then start revising it once in a week, and go for creating another story, for next chunks of 25 words or 50 words. It's up to you. And again, I'm saying 1000% sure, million% sure this technique works. Okay, it is very effective process. Do it and you will see the magic. So yes, thank you so.
Yes, sir. I second that. And it's really an amazing trick, cooking up stories instantly for whatever it might be. Like even if you have 100 vocabularies, 25 vocabulary, if you feel it's difficult, even you can take 10 vocabulary, 10 words is sufficient. Then cook up
Exactly.
any stories instantly, and nobody gonna listen to us. So whenever we cook up stories like this, we will use that words forcefully, right? So when we overuse this word again and again and again, then automatically these words will come in our conversation. So it's an
Yes.
amazing trick, ma'am. Also, we can create some scenarios. For instance, ma'am, if you have three words, jubilant means, that extreme joy. Tedious means boring. Okay. Then dubious means doubtful. So we can just
Yes.
create some scenarios. For instance, like this, uh, I went for a trip with one of my friends yesterday. It was really a tedious journey, but I couldn't find out because he insisted me to go over there. In between, on the way, we went to a restaurant. Then at that moment, I felt myself jubilant. I felt myself jubilant, but we were dubious to order which type of food we have to be ordered. So in
All
this way,
right.
just cook up or create any instant scenarios, maybe 1 or 2 minutes. This way also we can improve our vocabulary. Also, it will help us to improve remembering the words while we have conversation in English with anybody. And one
Yeah.
more thing, you know, as a basic learner, obviously we have some fear in our mind, okay, especially when we talk to anybody in English. So even we have 100 vocabulary or 1,000 vocabularies in our mind, maybe we can't recall those words, but it's okay, not an issue. Once we feel ourselves confident, cool, automatically these words will come in our mouth and we will be able to use these words in our conversation. So it's not a matter. So we have to believe in this process. We never ever give up. Slowly, we can improve our vocabulary. So I feel in this way, ma'am. So thank you so much,
Yeah.
Archana, ma'am.
It's a long journey. Yeah.
Exactly,
It's
ma'am.
a long journey and we need to have patience. Yeah.
Exactly, ma'am. We have to have that patience. Okay, it takes some time. So in every session, I reiterate the same thing. It takes some time. Do not expect any magic overnight. So we have to give some time for ourselves, but believe in the process, enjoy the process. Definitely, there will be a result. Definitely, there will be a result. But be patient. Be patient. Be passionate. Be interested, and follow this kind of some techniques, and you'll be able to become better in your spoken English. So thank you so much, Ashna ma'am, for joining with me today and the time you dedicated for this interactive session. I strongly believe it gonna help our viewers, and many of us have some doubts how to improve their vocabulary, because on social media we can say there are lots of methods, right? Somehow our especially the learners might be confused which method they have to be followed. They don't know. So I think this is the practical experiences, real life experiences. And you already shared the way you improve your communication skill, your spoken English. So there isn't any gimmick here. This is the real life experience. So, ma'am, thank you so much once again. So, my dear friends, if you really like this video, if you think it's gonna help you to improve your vocabulary, please don't hesitate to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon. And we'll meet soon. Till then, take care and bye-bye. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. And I'm really honored to be here. Thank you. Thanks again.